So how can we get number 4 from this int? Four is the number of digits. It's an int. There are no methods like lengths.
Create one more int and then
We need to count.
Int, we can create
maybe eight.
like C or counter.
Count.
In the beginning, it's 0. Next,
Counter plus equal number
counter plus equal what?
plus equal and
N. But then your counter will be 9,321.
no, we are counting 0, right? No. Next one.
But
plus
look,
one.
what will happen if I do system out println Guliza, what will this print? How many variables did we create in this program? In this?
Or
How many variables did we create?
2.
Only 2. What's the value for variable n? 9,321. All right. Then we created another variable, counter. Initially, its value is 0. Then, Tim, you told me to do this. When we do this, the value for counter becomes
9,322.
it will display us 9,321. If I do here counter plus equal 5, it will add to this counter 0, 5. And it will display 5. If I do here counter plus equal 1,000, then it will display us. Yeah, it will display us 1,000. What if I do it this way? What will it display? Are you sure? It will be 1,123 because we used here 2 times counter plus. So it's not the solution. All right. Yeah, let's say we created a for loop. All right. It will begin from 0 or from 1. Okay, let's say from 1. And then how do you know how many times your for loop should run? How do you know it? There is no length. How do you check number of digits? If we had this number of digits method, we wouldn't even create this for loop.
While
There should be a while loop. While
number greater than
Do-
0.
all right. Do we have a method to figure out the number of digits? A method, like a ready method. Do we have it? No. Does string have? String has. There is a length method, but int doesn't have. So to find it, we can figure it out ourselves, making like n divided by 10. What will this do? If you do n divide or equal 10, it will make the n 932. All right, how many times we need to divide n by 10 to get 0?
3, 4.
Let's check. N divided by 10. What's the number? It's 93. N divided by, we get 9. N divided by 10. 9 divided by 10.
0.
0. So how many times did we make this division to get 0? 4 times. Yeah, but we did it manually. What if I had here this kind of number? Then we would need to make these operations manually, this way. But what if then I change it to only this number? Then I would need to remove this, like maybe 3 or 4. we can use a while loop. Why we use while loop, not for loop? Because we don't know how many times we need to divide by 10. If we would know, then we would do it. While n is greater than 0. And then you can do this. N this, and then counter plus plus. And at the end, it will display us number. What number? 3. Yeah. Yeah, this is how you can find out the number of digits if it's not a string, if it's a number. All right. So how many data types do you know, guys? 4 data types. All right, what data types are they? It's not data types, it's loops, right? 2 data types. All right, what are the data types? Primitive and non-primitive. All right. So next, how many primitives are there?
8.
There are 8. How many non-primitives? We don't know. There are so many. I can create my own non-primitive. If we create class called car, it's one more non-primitive. If I create some class like in IntelliJ IDEA, if I create a class like this, then it is a non-primitive data type. It's a non-primitive data type. All right. Which data type will you use to store the price for 1 pound of apple? Double. Okay. What will you use? Which data type will you use to store, let's say, the number of people in this room? Integer, right? All right, because there is no decimal point. But what if I ask you this? How many people we have here? Let's say about 11 or 10, or maybe 9. Let's make it 10. We have here 10 people, and each person has their own date of birth, right? Or let's say each person has different social security number, right? Each of us. Which data type we use to store social security numbers for all of these people in this room? Which data type? To store the social security numbers. Mine, yours, long. In the social security number, do we have there a dash? Like 3 numbers, then dash, then 3 more numbers, or 4 more numbers? We would use string, right? We would use string. How many times would you create a string object? Let's say there are 10 people. How many times would you create string object?
1.
Only 1 time? So do you mean this? You will create this kind of.
For every each, it will be 10 times.
And then will you store our social securities this way, like it's mine and then it's yours? No. So there is a new topic for today. Okay, so now you know. Huh? No, it's 10 times if we don't know the topic for today, if we didn't know.
Do it manually.
No, maybe, but the question is different. So today we're going to learn a topic that will help us to store a lot of things inside one thing. A lot of things. All right. So it's going to be like this. We can store inside one container a lot of social security numbers. For example, mine, your, there. We can store 3 social security numbers. It could be 1, 2, 3, this, then this, then this. We can store multiple values inside a container. And this topic, a topic that will introduce you this feature, is called an array, guys. It's called an array, yeah. Today's agenda. Array, array manipulation, array and loops together. All right. It's just my personal question. Have you ever heard in your life a thing like array? Maybe never, yeah? Have you in your life?
Just this word, yes.
Yeah.
I have a
Meaning
Kirby's
a
version.
lot of translation.
Probably you heard it only in Java, right?
I have
In
a
Java,
Kirby's version array.
Array? What does array mean?
Somebody said.
array, it means look from the
Ah, okay. What?
Look.
I don't know.
I think, yeah.
From which language?
No?
From which language? No, it was just personal, like question, like have you ever heard this word in your life or not? If
Yes.
not, that's okay. If you heard, then
Array.
yeah,
Right.
there is a restaurant, right? You say. All right. So now, guys, open your IntelliJ IDEA. Open your IntelliJ IDEA and create their package day 32. Day 32. Yeah. Mhm. No, no, we didn't. Okay, should we use the string value of somewhere? No? No, we didn't cover it yet. Okay, so create this. Oh, no, we didn't cover it yet. So create this day 32 package. Next, so I gave you one example, guys, where we can store all our social security numbers inside a container. Can you give me another example where we could store a lot of data just in one container?
Telephone number?
Yeah, a good example. We can create a container to store all our phone numbers. More examples?
Date of birth in the
Dates of birth. We can create a container to store our dates of birth, right?
car numbers,
Plate numbers.
plate number.
Plate numbers. For example, like in some way it is used. It is used. So we have special areas, parkings, where only people authorized there and live there can park there, right? Probably when they look their phones, maybe some people who check in the nights, maybe at 2 a.m., maybe at 11, they come and they run their smartphone, maybe some program, and there is a container. Inside that container, plate numbers of all people who can park there. And if they don't find your plate number, then they tow your truck. So plate numbers is also another good example. Name of cakes, yeah. Anything. Name of cakes for yeah. For example, we can create a container to store tasks I would like to finish until 1st October. We can create a container to store these tasks. All right. So did you create this package, day 32? All right. So array, guys. Array. Array, it's array, firstly, guys, it's a new data type we're gonna learn today. So it is a data type. Array is a data type. And now I have a question for you guys. Do you think array is a primitive data type, or what data type is it? Array. Why? Yeah, because there are only 8 primitive data types. So array is non-primitive, 100%. So array is a data type that helps us to store multiple values. Multiple values. All right. array. So this is a definition for array, guys. Array, it's some data type that helps you to store collection of elements, collection of things. And each element have the same data type. Imagine, guys, if we have a container to store my, let's say, date of birth, social security, then my plate number, then cake I really love. It's a bit messed up. Arrays are supposed to store only values of the same data type. As I explained you, it should be only plate numbers, or it should be only social security numbers. Everything should be of the same data type. It cannot be this way, like first one is some string, and then some int, and then some double, and then again string. We cannot store multiple types of data. In array, we always store the same data type, values of the same data type. It's number one thing to remember. All of them are of the same data type. They are stored in a single variable. It's a fixed size data structure. What do you understand by this, guys? It's a fixed size data structure.
It means that we have some length of the symbols, for example, the date of our birth.
Okay.
All of us,
Mhm.
we have the same size of date of birth, like a month and the date and the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
As-
It's a good example, but in this case, it means this. When you create some container, if we say array container, it means some container that can hold multiple values, right? What if I say you int container? If it's int container, it can hold only multiple numbers. It cannot hold numbers and strings. When you create this container in the beginning, you should always specify the number of elements that you can store. For example, when this room was created, there is maximum number of seats available for students. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 4, 8. Then now it's available only for 16 students. 16 students can sit here. It's the maximum number. When you create a container, you always specify the array size. This is how you create an array. First, how do we create a variable, guys? Basic variable. What are the parts of the basic variable? Data type, variable, assignment operator, and value, right? So data type, variable, and value. Here it's data type, and then to make it an array, to make it some variable to store multiple values, you should use here this. How do we call this symbol? Square bracket. Yeah. You should put there square brackets. Then array name. Yeah, variable name. Then equals new, and then it's data type. Whenever you see this, for example, we can understand from this new data type that array, it's non-primitive, because for primitives, we don't use new. For scanner, do we use this new after the assignment operator for scanner? For scanner, yes. For random, yes. So array is non-primitive. And then here inside this square brackets, we put the array size. What's the size for this numbers array? 5. All right. When you create it, guys, that's it. You can never change it. It will always store only 5 elements. Only 5. You cannot make it smaller to store 4 elements or 3 or 10. You cannot make it larger. If you specify 5, Now you can store there only 5 elements always. All right. Let's do this, guys. Create inside this day32 package a class called array intro. Create a class called array intro. Array intro. Next. All right, here we're gonna create, guys, an array. All right, what are the parts of array, guys? Do you remember from the previous slide? What are the parts for an array? Data type. All right. How many data types do we have in Java? A lot of. I don't know the number of data types. We can create, guys, array using int. All right. This is how you create an array. Int numbers new int. This is an array for numbers. All right. At the same time, we can create an array for string. We can create an array for string. We can say here words. Its array name is words. Then new string 5. All right. What do you think, guys? Can we create here another array for double, to store double values? Yeah. We can create for scanner even, because scanner is a data type, but we are not gonna create it. Now we have here 2 arrays. Guys, what do you think? Is it true that we may not specify the number of elements to store? Like, we decide to put there 5 or to keep it empty. Do we have this choice to keep it empty? No. As I told you, there should always be a number. When you create an array, you should always specify the size or the number of elements. So this is an array to store how many numbers? 5. All right. So let's do this, guys. Let's do this. Right here, system out print line. And then right here, numbers. All right. If I run this program, it will display me something like this. Do you also see this? Yeah. So to display, guys, this array, we need to use this method called arrays to string. If you make a right click here, or if you just hover your mouse here, you can see this wrap with the string expression. So use this arrays to string. Arrays to string. Next, when you run it, it displays me here some number of zeros, guys. How many zeros do you see in your laptop? 5. In mine, I also see 5. So why do we see here 5 zeros? Because we specified here the size 5. If we make it 100, then there will be 100 zeros. Because we didn't assign a value yet. There is no value. Because we didn't display it yet. We didn't write there yet words and this yet. So if for int, guys, can I say, guys, that 0 is a default value for int? Can I say that if you don't assign a value, then array, int array, will have 0 values? Can I say that if, yeah, you can make a right click, choose show context actions, and then now, do you see it? All right. Yeah. So can I say this, guys? Is it a true statement? Can I say that if you declare an array of ints and you do not specify it and you do not assign values, then all values will be zeros? Is it true? All right. Next. So look, to display words, we again use arrays to string. All right, don't run your program, guys. Question, what do you think if for int, it displays zeros, what will be displayed for string array instead of zeros?
Nothing.
No, yeah.
No.
So 100% it's not 0, right? Because string is not numeric. It displays null. Null means nothing. So why is it null here? Because string is an object. If I quickly I'll show you. If I change it to scanner, it will be again null. Do you know why it's null for scanner array as well? What's common between a scanner and string? No, there is common thing between scanner and string
Object.
that we don't have between int and scanner. What's common between string and scanner? Both of them are
One data type.
both
No. One data type.
both of them are non-primitive. Yeah? Both of them are non-primitive. How about int? It's primitive. So if I create here random, this array of random objects, what will be displayed here for values? Yes, it's gonna be again null. What's common between random and scanner? Both of them are non-primitive. So if you create an array of non-primitive data type, then default values are nulls. What's the default value for int array? Zeros, yeah. So I will change it back to string. All right. Zeros and nulls. All right, next. So let's do this, guys. Let's change it, this words to SSNs. SSNs. We're gonna store inside this SSNs array our social security numbers. All right. All right, did you rename it, guys? Next, when I run it, it displays me nulls. We can put to this places new values. All right, you know, guys, how do we call this 0? Other way. Yeah, we can call it value. It's a synonym. Or if it is an array, guys, array, it's called element. I have a question. What's an array? It's non-primitive, okay. Fact one, okay, it's container.
Flexible.
It's not flexible at all.
Or
The same types.
What's for the same types?
Container for the same.
Container for values of the same data type. Yeah. Collection. It's a collection. It's a collection to store a lot of values of the same data type. All right. So now, guys, it's time to manipulate this array. So declaration. This is how we declare an array. This is declaration part. There we don't have initialization part. It's the same as if we create int number, but we don't assign a value. Or here, when you declare a variable and assign a value. Let's do this. Let's create here, guys, int. All right. Tell me, guys, any collection where you could store something meaningful and it's numbers.
Just no words, just
It's not words, right?
date of birth. Date.
Money.
Money,
Picture.
list of. Probably, maybe,
How many fingers do we have every each person?
no, it's one value. It's just 5. We could do it something like this. All right, let's just create here
Salary.
values, or yeah, let's make it like salaries. It's fine, salaries. So this is way number 1. This is when you declare it and initialize it. But we didn't assign values. We can declare and assign values at the same time by creating there a curly braces. 12,000, 7,000, 5,000, 4,000, 20,000. All right. So we can create an array without values, so the values are assigned by default. Or we can create an array and assign the values at the same time. What is the length for this array, guys? Salaries.
5.
Length.
5.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 salary values. So array, I can make it concept number 1, array declaration. Is it true, guys, that we can just create an array without assigning values? All right, how does it look like? Array. What if I do just this? Let's say I have this. What do you think? Will we be able to display it? Like, what do you think logically? Will we be able to display this array?
Null, 0, null.
Well, okay, we know variables better. What if we have this int number? Will you be able to display this number variable? No. There is no value. There is no value. We never assigned something. So how about this array? Will you be able to display something about this array specifically? No, again, because we haven't done the assignment part. All right, so we can, way number 1, just array declaration, like int array. Array declaration with size. It is int array and size. You can declare this array, but you won't be able to display it. We can see it from here. If we create just this int, see, look, we cannot display it because it is not initialized. We never finished this assignment part. Array declaration with size. Next, array declaration and initialization. What does this mean? Array declaration and initialization. It means we can declare an array and at the same time assign values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Array declaration and initialization. All right. What are the values stored inside this array? Inside this array. Yeah, what are the values? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. There are 5 zeros. What are the values stored inside this array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Does this array have a value? No, it's not initialized. All right. Next. All right, let me show you something here. If array structure. Arrays, guys, have different structure. Let me show you from Google. Array structure. All arrays, guys, all arrays have, open image here. All arrays, guys, have their addresses. We call it index. Index. Have you ever heard index before? Did we use it before? Where did we use it? With strings. All right. What is the size of this array, guys?
5.
Size or length? It's 6. So the index or the address for the element 2 is 0. What's the element at index 3? 5. Yeah. So array, guys, has indexes. And this 2, 4, 10, 5, 15, 3, in other way, could be called as what? Elements. 2, 4, 10, 5, 15, 3 are elements. These are the addresses or indexes. All right. So what if, guys, I would like to display here. Oh, okay. Probably it's new thing. We didn't cover it yet. So here, take a look at this array, guys. What are the indexes inside this array? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah? Array indexes, they start at 0 and go up to array length -1. What's the length for this array?
5.
5. So it goes from 0 to
4.
5 minus 1, which is 4. What if we have 100 elements inside the array? What's the index for the last element? Which is 99, right? Index 99. All right. So let's take a look at this example. What is the value, guys, of first element and last element variables?
First element 1, last element 5.
Do you agree?
Hey,
0. 0 and 4.
1.
No, 0, 4,
First element is 1.
0
What's
and
the
1.
1?
It is
First
1 and
1 and 5.
5. Tim,
Yeah.
yeah, Tim's answer is correct. It's 1 and 5. 1 and 5. All right, so we can access, guys. It's called accessing, like extracting those elements. We can access element at index 4 by writing here, no, not at index 4, at some index. For example, if I would like to access this element, what would be the index here?
3.
3, right? So numbers and 3 inside this square brackets. So what if I would like to access this 4,000? Square brackets 3. All right. Let's run this. And it displays as 4,000. What if I would like to display the last element? It's 4. Yeah, it's 4. Or guys, this array, it has a method called something like a method, but it's not a method. So numbers dot length. We can use this numbers dot length. What's the length for this array? 5. If I do this salaries square brackets 5, which number will be displayed?
20,000.
No, no.
Salaries square brackets 5.
We don't have,
0.
no, we have.
We don't have this element, right? At index 5. Index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is an error. We are out of bounds. We are out of the range of elements. So we must do here -1. Numbers dot length is equal to 5.
4.
5. -1 will be 4.
Index is 4, right?
Yeah.
Element is 5.
Element is 20,000. So numbers dot length -1.
4.
In other words, it's 4. Yeah. But if we had there a lot of numbers and you need to display the last one, then better use this formula. Instead of writing here probably 7 or 6. So, all right, if I run this program, guys, what will be displayed in the very first line and in the second line?
First line is 234, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 20,000.
And then 20,000. Yep. Here,
Oh.
it displays us 20,000 and somehow 20,000. Why is it so? Take a look. All right. So this array name for this array is salaries, right? What's the length for the numbers array? 5. It's 5. The length for this array is 5. So we use their length, but we need to use the length of this array. We use the length and a different array. That's why we see 20,000 again. If we use salaries.length, now we see 234 and then 20,000. All right. What if we do here this, guys?
Two
234 and 234, right? So how do we access elements of arrays? How do we access them? How do we access array elements? Using this square brackets and index, or by their indexes. If I ask you this question, how do you access array elements? What would be your answer? How do you access your elements of array elements? The answer is by their indexes. by their indexes. There is no other way. How will you display this element, like this value 5? What do you use? Index, yeah. So we access array elements by indexes, using index. All right. Let's take a look at this, another example. Before it, guys, let's create a class called array modification. Class name is array modification. Array modification. All right. So first, guys, let's take a look at this code. What do we have here, guys? We again have here an array. What's the length for this array? Length is 5. What's the index of 3? 2. Yep. So look, we have here indexes. Index 0 under these elements. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we learn how can we change array elements or assign new values. So look, we replace which number, guys? We replace which number, which element?
1.
1 is replaced by 25. So then this 1 will be changed to 25. All right. And then this line. This line replaces which value from these elements? 5. 5 will be replaced by 99. All right. So here, guys, question. What's the value for first element and last element variables now?
First element is 25. Why?
1 and 5.
It is 25 and 99. It's no more 1 and 5 because we assigned new values. We called modifying array or assigning a new value or, yeah, changing array elements. All right, copy this code, guys. Copy this code to your IntelliJ IDEA.
What was class name?
Array modification. All right, let me know, guys, once you complete it. Have you done? All right, so what will this code display, guys, as? This code right here.
$25 and $99.
Are you sure?
One,
Yes.
one, and
No, no, at index 5. It,
one.
25 and 25, yeah? Or no?
Zero, four, zero, zero.
94.
25, 25.
All right, let's try.
25.
It is 20. All right, let's run this one. 25 and 25.
Yes.
So the number's length is
Zero. Five.
5. Length is 5. 5 minus 5 is 0.
Zero.
Yeah, and it is 25. What if I have this?
25 and 99.
25 and 99, right? 25 and 99. All right. So here, is it true that, guys, array structure is this way? It contains elements, and each element has their index. All right. Array modification. Array modification. Int numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. How, guys, we can implement this? I would like to change the value of 4 to 44. How can I do this?
44.
Yeah, I would like to replace it by 44.
It will be a length minus 2. And then
Numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, no, break.
Mhm.
Number 3 or 4?
I would like to change this value to 44. 3 to 44. Yeah, it's this way. This way is correct. Of course, we could do some numbers that length minus 2. It would also work, but it's fine. All right, what if, guys, I would like to extract the last value from array and store it inside a new variable. Extract a value of the last element and store it inside a new variable. Extract a value of the last element. Extract. Extract means take it. I'd like to extract a value of the last element and store it inside a new variable. How can we do this? I didn't ask you. I didn't. It says create a new variable. So there should be some variable like maybe element any name and store inside this variable value of the last element. How can we get
element 1? Break it.
how can we store here inside this variable value of the last element from this array?
Element 1 equal numbers.
I mean this, guys, numbers length minus 1. What does it do? This line.
The last element into the new array.
Yeah, so extract a value, like take the value or access it, take the last element and store it inside a new variable. So this is what should be done. Array modification. All right. How do you guys access array elements? How do you access array elements? Yeah, using the indexes. How do you modify array elements? Yeah. Again, using the indexes. Yeah, we again use the index. All right, so it's array modification. Modifying an array. Okay, so let's do this, guys. Do you have this test class? Test. Do you have it? Yeah, let's create this test class. All right. How many guys numbers are there in a social security number? 9. 9, yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Let's create a string array. String array that stores social security numbers. Let's create an array to store 3 social security numbers. So what should be done after this assignment operator? If it's needed to create an array, if we use curly braces, then we need to assign those social securities right away, right? All right. What do you think, guys? What's the size of this array? 0. 0. Its size is 0. There is nothing. It's the same as new string 0. All right. Let's do this. Create an array of strings that can store 3 strings. All right. Once we assign this 3, question, guys, can we change the number of elements? Can we make it smaller or bigger? It's fixed size. Yeah, once it's assigned, you cannot change it. You cannot change it. All right. Next, I have here, guys, this social security numbers. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. All right. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one is 3, 5, 1, 15, 87, 10. This one is 53, 1, 19, and then this. All right. How can we, guys, put this social security numbers inside this array? How can we store them? Yeah, assignment should be there. All right, let's assign, guys. How do we assign them? SSN 1.
Yes.
Okay. Equal to this, right? All right, are you sure? Because they begin from 0. They begin from 0. So that's why it should be 0 here. There is no element at index 3. It's 0, 1, and 2. So here we assign this social security number. 6, 7, 8, 9, SSNs, 1, 1, 2, 3. No, it's this one is 3, 5, 1, 15, 87, 10. Next one. 5, 3, 1, 19, 20, 31. All right, guys. Now, how can we display this? How can we call them, guys? How can we call this? Let me know different ways to call this. How do you call this? Elements, yeah, okay. I wanted to hear elements. So there are 3 elements. How do we display these elements? There are 2 ways. There are 2 ways. We can do it SSN's 0. What will this one display? First one, yeah. Or if you would like to see all elements at the same time, we could do this, right? Then it will display all of them in the same line within brackets. So this is how we can display them all together. If separately, then by their indexes. Arrays and loops, they're used in every code, guys, in every classes. Like whenever you need to store list of something, it's always an array. All right. How can we display, guys, a single element of an array? How do we display a single element of an array?
By their index.
Yeah, by index. What if I would like to display all elements together in the same line?
We just call the name of the variable of the
Name
array.
of the array, and then the string method. It's a method. Yeah. We cannot call it this way, like this way. Maybe let's try it. We cannot call it this way. We should call it using this arrays to string. Arrays, it is a class. It is a static, probably a class that has static to string method. That's why we call it this way, but we learn it later. All right. So here we learned how to modify array elements. In the previous example, we learned how to what? In the previous example, page 4. How to access store elements. Yeah. All right, next example. All right. So basically it's logical, guys. I think you'll understand it. We have done it with string. Here we have an array with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. How can I get, guys, this number 5 from this array? I don't mean the value, I mean the size. What do we need to call to get the size of this array?
Index.
Numbers dot length. Yeah.
Length.
So let's do this, guys. Let's go here and create a class called traverse array. Traverse mean like iterate over each element, like run through each element of an array. All right, let's create this array. All right, I would like to display, guys, this first element of this array. How can I do this? Very first element. Numbers?
0.
0. What if I would like to display second element in the second line,
1.
and then here 2 for the last. All right, now we see here 12, 34, 55. But what could happen, guys, if we had the 100 numbers? Then probably we would have 100 system out print lines, right? Probably. But we can avoid this. We can avoid this using a loop. Using a loop. We can use a loop. If we use a loop, what should be the initial, like, what
0.
should it start from?
0.
It should start at 0. Then condition, guys, from 0 to what should be the number, the value? 0
Length.
to
Length minus 1. Or
from
length.
yeah. What's behind
Numbers
the
length.
number's length? From 0 to 2.
Numbers length.
0, 1, 2. If we use here numbers dot length, it will be from 0 to 3. But 3 is not included, right? We don't have this equal. Then I plus plus. All right. How many times will this statement run, guys? This statement. Not 3 times. Not 0. Only 1 time at the beginning. How many times will this statement run, this condition?
3.
4 times. Do you remember like n plus 1? Maybe you remember. How many times will this update run?
3.
3 times. 3 times. Condition runs
4.
4 times. The length plus 1. It checks every time one more time. All right. So if I would like to display this all elements, we could do this numbers and here I. Numbers I. So basically, this is how we can shorten our code. If we run it, it displays the same. 12, 34, and 55. 12, 34, 55. Do you understand how this for loop now functions? How does it work? Are you sure? 12, 34, 55. First, what will happen if I put here 2? What numbers will be displayed?
5.
It will be 55, 55, and one more time 55. Yeah, because this for loop runs how many times? 3 times. If I do this, how many times will this for loop run? 8 times. And if I run this code, what will it display?
8 times.
8 times 55. Yeah. If we change it to I, then in the beginning, it will be numbers index 0. Then numbers index 1. Then numbers index 2, because this I will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can prove it. We can prove it by this. Yeah, we can prove it by this. If we put here just I, it displays these numbers. So we could use this I here as an index. We use it as an index. Yeah, it's used now as an index. Twelve, 34, 55, and 5 ones. All right. Have you done, guys? All right, next. Next. Let me just check here. Okay. All right. If we run this code, what will it display?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yes.
It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because the first element is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So this I changes from 0 to 1, then to 2, then to 3, then to 4. All right. How about this example, guys? If we run this code, what will it display?
0, 0, 0, 0.
Yes, now it's 5 times 0. Why?
Because we didn't assign values.
Yeah, because values are not assigned. Values are not assigned. So there are 5 zeros. That's why it displays 5 zeros. All right. Okay. What do you think, guys? Can we create an array that stores 5 elements and then add their 6 elements? Yeah? Okay. So let's say we create a container that stores only 5 elements and then add their, it is fixed. If you create a container to store only 5, then you can only add 5 elements or assign because array is a fixed data structure. Data structure, it's something that stores values. Array is some data type that stores values. What type? A fixed data type. All right. Now, guys, let's have a break, and then we'll continue our lesson right after the break. Okay. What you will buy, Claraja, when you get your job? What you will buy when you get your job? Or what you will do with your first paycheck?
The first salary?
Yeah. Do you know, Gulize? Do you have already something planned?
You mean, like when I worked?
No. When you get in the future, when you graduate and then you get your offer, what you will do with your first paycheck? Did you plan it already?
Maybe yes,
Yeah,
yeah, for my parents.
for your parents? Good. What will you do with your first paycheck?
will send the buffer.
Yeah? Okay. Now, what about your second paycheck?
Again, buffer.
I think no.
Because my salary not enough to cover the whole thing.
How about the,
Other my expenses.
yeah, what do you like, what maybe you have planned something to buy or to spend on?
I have no plan now. Maybe when I get the offer, I will think about it. Because it's a long way to
Mm-hmm.
prepare the market. I'm focused on the preparing
Yeah.
rather than spending my money.
Yeah. So everyone has like something, like a target. I will buy this, I will buy that.
What about you? What you going?
Yeah. Probably, I don't know. I don't know really, yeah. There are 2-3 things I would like to do, but I don't know which one.
Most of.
Car, parents, maybe buy a house. These 3 things. Among these 3 things.
What about life?
What about wife?
He's a baby.
Not care about the life.
Yeah, I don't care.
Equals money.
And regret your nervous.
Yeah. All right. So guys, let's. How about you? Did you plan it?
There are lots of them.
Yeah. For example.
I want to go to Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Maybe I was there.
Okay. Online students, can you hear me?
What about these ladies? Young
Yes,
Yeah, I asked them. I asked Kuliza, what's your plan, Jumagul? For the first paycheck, maybe second, maybe third, but what do you plan? You don't know yet?
I guess they have the main plan to find a victim.
Victim?
Yeah.
For what?
For family life, you know.
It's called partner.
Oh, victim.
Victim. Okay. Victim. Victim means something like for example, lion, they hunt on monkeys,
Oh,
something like
zebra.
this. Yeah, he meant this. All right. So another example, guys. Another example. Let's take a look at this example. We have here in this array 5 elements. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11. All right. What does this code, guys? We have here a loop.
Three, seven, some.
How many times will this for loop run?
5.
5 times, right? All right. In the very beginning, in the first iteration, numbers and I will be. So the value of I will be in the first iteration 0. It's 0. So sum plus equal numbers 0 makes the sum equal to
1,
1.
One.
Then second iteration, I is
2, 1. Yeah, 2,
1.
1.
Numbers 1 is numbers index 1 is 2. So now sum plus equal this will make the sum
3.
3 and so on till we get 20 what? 27.
7.
So so if we run this code, what will it display?
27.
7.
Sum equals to 27. Yeah. So let's go back to the IntelliJ IDEA and create here a class called summing array. Or call it just sum array. Create this sum array. Yeah, create it. And then next step is this. Copy to this sum array class to that main method, this code, guys. Right, let me know once you finish this. All right, Ailita, what will this code display if we run this code? Claudia, what will this code display? Yeah? Are you sure? Are you sure? So let's run this code. And then it displays as sum 21. Yeah. Yeah, so we changed the I to begin from 3. So it begins here till the last element, 10 plus 11. It is 21.
3 excluded? No.
1 and 2 and 3 are skipped because we didn't assign it 0. So it begins from index 3. Okay. What if we do this? What's the value this will be displayed?
26. 5.
Is it 5?
32. 30.
How many times will this for loop run?
1.
So sum is 10.
10. 5.
Yeah.
2 times 10.
So it runs when the index is 3 and when the index is 4.
So it's 15 and 16, 31.
No. So what's the number behind this? Numbers.length. 5. 3 till 5. 5 is not included. So it's 3 and 4. So only 2 times this statement will be executed. Sum plus equal 5. We get 5 one more time, then sum becomes 10. Numbers.lengths. All right. How about now? Is it 25?
27.
No, it's a 5.
25. No.
It is 25 because it starts at 0 and ends at 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 numbers. How about this code, guys? How will you describe this? Does this code find the sum of all array elements?
Excuse me, how we can get the code at 25?
So what's the number behind this numbers.length? 5. So how many times this for loop runs? 5 from 0 to 4, which is 5 times. So we add to the sum 5 times. 25. If we do this, what's the sum? It is 30. We add to the sum 5 times 6. So how would you describe this program? Does this program find the sum of an array? No, because we had this. Does this code find the sum of elements?
Yes. So
Is it? Yeah.
Numbers. Sum of numbers.
Yeah, it finds the sum of the numbers array. How about this one, Clarice? Does this code find the sum of numbers elements? No. Okay. How about now? Okay. Next. So it is example 5. All right. Next. How about this, guys? If I do this, numbers or this, will the sum be the same?
26.
So now what's the sum in this case?
26.
Replace.
Yeah, we updated this 10 to 9. So it is 26 now. All right. Okay, next. All right, how about this, guys? What's the sum here? What will this code display? All right, I'll ask only one student. Let me choose one student. Clareja, what's the sum displayed in the console for this code? $20. Why it's 20? Is it 20? Okay. Do you think it's 20, other students?
100.
100.
It's 20.
So if we do this, what are the values stored in this array? Zero zeros, right? 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then we assign to first element 20. Now, what are the values inside this array? 20, 0, 0, 0, 0. So the sum is 20. Yeah, the sum is 20. All right.
How
Next.
about the number of lengths is 6, right?
Length is 6, yeah. It will do sum plus equal 20. And then in other iterations, it's just sum plus equals 0. Sum plus equals 0.
20 plus 0, 20 plus 0.
Yeah. In the next iterations, it doesn't change. All right. Next example. Right. Here in this example, we traverse an array. Traverse means use a for loop to run through array elements. To run through 1, 22, 3, to access them. And we use here a condition. A condition is used here. How many times will this for loop run?
5 times.
5 times, right. How many times this if will be checked?
2 times.
Will be checked.
5 times check.
5 times checked.
3 times.
5 times
It's
check.
checked 5 times, but only,
3 times true.
yeah, only how many times it's true?
2 times.
2
3.
times.
Oui.
2 times only. So how many times will this greater than 10 will be displayed?
Index 1 and then 4.
So how many times will we see greater than 10? 2 times. Yeah. So let's create here another class. Okay. Array. Let's create an array for if. Like this. Array for if. Create this class, array for if. Okay, inside this main method, guys, copy this code, guys. All right. So how about this code, guys? What this code displays?
Greater than 10, 2 times.
2 times. So how many times will we see greater than 10?
1.
2 times.
Is it 2 times? Yeah.
Greater
I'm-
than
Specifically this code, guys.
One time.
One plus this one.
Yeah,
Times.
One time. Then
3 times yours.
It
No, it shouldn't be 3 times. So this code displays me 5 times greater than 10. Why?
This number.
So here, numbers index 3. Which element is it? Yeah, it's the same as if you put here 122. This condition is always true. How many times for loop runs? 5. How many times this condition is checked? And 5 times it's true. That's why we see here 5 times greater than 10. Right, it should be this way. All right. Next, guys, next is this. Let's create another class reverse array. Create this class and the main method. Int array. So guys, I want you to display this array elements in reverse order so that it displays as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to display these elements in reverse order. All right, I give you guys 4 minutes to finish this. So when I run this code, it should display me 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. These elements. Let me check your code, guys.
Have you done, guys? What will
Yes.
you use? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, can you help me to complete this one? To display numbers from 5 to 1
4
We need to use a for loop for
for
that.
loop.
Yeah.
int I
So beginning index will be the array length -1,
minus 1.
Yeah.
and then the ending is
I
0, greater or equal to 0,
Okay.
and
and
decrement.
decrement.
And decrement. All right. And then next is
Array
array I. Yeah.
at index I
Yeah.
and plus the empty space.
Yes, perfect. So it displays us numbers from 5 to 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Just needed to change the initialization part and the condition and the update. What if we do it this way? What are the numbers displayed?
It will be 2 and 1. Yeah.
It's gonna be 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Minus 1, it begins from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay. What if we need to just, okay, that's fine. This is the code, guys. So let's, if we run it using debugger, then in the first iteration, what's the value for I?
5.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4. I is equal to, so I is equal to 4. System out print line array 4 will display
5.
5. Then next iteration, array 3 displays 4. Then in the next iteration, when I is equal to 2, array 2 displays which value? When I is equal to 2, which value will be displayed?
Equal to 2.
Mm-hmm.
3.
3. Yeah, array 2 is 3. All right. Console 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So this is how to reverse an array. Next, guys, I'm gonna give you this practice tasks. Let me do this. Task number 1. All right. So you'll need to create a task 1 class, Java class, and task number 1 is this. And last elements 100 experience. Okay. Create an array to store 5 int elements. With values 1, 3, 5, 6, 10. This with these values. Okay, next is just a moment. All right, next. Assign to the first and last elements value 100 and then display all elements. This is the task number 1, and it should require you maximum like 4 minutes. Not 4, 3. So first, let me know if everything was clarified for you guys. Is it clear, this task?
This second point, it's we need just to replace, right? These numbers with value 100.
Yeah, we need to replace the first and last. So then array will be changed and then display these elements so that at the end we're gonna see this 1, 3, no, not 1, 100, 3, 5, 6, and 100. All right. Have you done this, guys?
Yes.
All right. So task number 1. Task number 1. Okay. How many lines are there, guys, in this main method?
How many lines?
4.
Yeah. 4 lines. Okay. First line is an array. Values are
1, 2, 1, 3, 6, 5, 6, 10.
5, 6, 10.
okay. Next line is
Array.
Array at index 0 equals 200.
okay.
And-
Then
Array
array.
array
array,
Length minus 1.
Yes, to assign to the last
100.
again 100 and then
System out.
okay.
Number, arrays, arrays to string.
Yes, arrays to string array. All right, 100, 3, 5, 600. All right, is there something to explain, guys, here? Here we declared an array and then modified element at index 0, first element, and modified the last element, and then displayed all elements in the same line. Do you have questions, guys, regarding this task? All right. If you have no questions, then it's time, guys, for now. Let me clarify this. Okay. What do you think, Jumagul? If we don't use here arrays to string, what will this code display? Yeah, what will this code display if we don't use arrays to string?
One time 100 or nothing?
All right, let's run.
The block of some digits.
Yeah, it is a reference or address. It's a reference or address. All right. Okay. Next, task number 2. Task number 2 is this, guys. Create a program that takes from user an int and value. Step 1. Declare an array that can store n elements. Declare an int array that can store n elements. Display all elements. So enter n number. If I enter here 3, then it will display me this array. Create a program that takes from user an int n value and declare an array that can hold n elements and display array elements.
Excuse me, Joe, could you show the first task? Answer.
The first task, you mean this?
No, I mean the executing of the first task.
So you done?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What if I enter here, guys, number 7? Will it change will it change this output?
Yeah,
All right, what will it change?
7 times 0.
All right, 7 times 0. Yeah. So let me start the timer. Probably you will finish it in 2 minutes. So for this task 2, did you create, guys, another class? Okay. What does your code display, Mahmoud? If you enter 7, it displays 7, right? Varıcı, let's go. First scanner, then system on print line, enter a number. All right. Okay. Task number 2. All right. In this task, guys, how many times did we create an array?
One.
Only one time. All right. All right. Do we need to use scanner in this task?
Yes.
Yes.
Scanner should be used. All right. So if the scanner is used, let's put here enter and number. Next, enter a number. So how do we declare an array? We declare an array this way. First, what is first?
Data type,
Data type, then
Array.
bracket,
square
Square.
brackets, then name,
name, yeah, then
and then what
New.
if this? I know the size of the array. It should be 10. How can I declare it? I would like to declare an array with the size 10.
New.
int,
Int.
int
10.
10. All right. What if I would like to make it not 10? I would like to make it 5.
Instead of 10, 5.
5. Right. But we could also, guys, put here a variable. We can put here a variable like int n 5. We can put here n. If I change this to 10, then array size is 10. If I change it to 100, then the array's length is 100. All right. But do we need to, guys, hard code this value? No, it should be entered from user end. So it is scanner.nextInt. All right, I run this code, task number 2. I enter 5. Okay, but nothing is displayed. What could go wrong? There is no system out print line, right? It is arrays to string array. 4, and there are 4 zeros. 7. there are 7 zeros. All right. What if, guys, let me try. All right. How many zeros will be there, guys, if I enter here 1?
21, 21, 21.
Yeah, there will be 21 zeros. So the value of n
10 plus 20, yeah?
specifies the size of the array. And the size is entered value, which is 1, plus 20. So it's 21. All right. So I remove this 20. All right, we move, guys, to the with values for dealing using scanner. Okay. We move to the next task, task number 3. All right. Farage, right now I'm gonna enter here a value here. Enter number. I entered 21, but why the array size is 2?
Integer array, we create two. New integer two.
So it means the size is hard-coded, right? It's hard-coded. It should be here, n. All right, task number 3. Create a class for task number 3. So here you do this. Create a program. Create a program that, all right, declare an array that can store 5 int elements. That can store 5 int elements. Next, read 5 values from console and assign them to the array elements. If I run this code, guys, this will happen. So let me also display array elements. So when I run this, it should display me this. Enter number 0 or enter number for index 0, and it is 23. Then enter number for index 1, for index 2, for index 3, and for index 4. 3, 19, 2, and 5. And then display the array elements, which is 23, 3, 19, 2, and 5. So in this task, you need to take the elements value from the console. You need to take the elements of the array through console. This one is for index 0, for index 1, for index 2, and so on. There are 2 ways to complete this task, using a for loop or doing it without a for loop. There are 2 ways. All right, let's check your code, guys. The condition is wrong, yeah?
Yeah, something is here.
It should be, what is numbers? Numbers, it's n,
Length.
yeah, it should be numbers length. Twenty 3, 3, 19, 2, 5. Okay, okay. So you should declare an array, but there should be no values at first. You should just declare an array with size 5. It doesn't say declare an array and assign these values right away. It says to take those values from console.
I should print number 5. Should that?
No, no, no. Remove until this equal. Yeah.
So?
Remove this curly brace as well. And it should be new int. Yeah, it should be 5. At first, there should be no values. And then we assign to this 0, 0, 0, to these elements, 23, 3, 19. We take them from console. There are two ways to finish it, using for loop or without a for loop. So, no. You just displayed those numbers. Yeah, but we should, so enter number for index 0 means we need to, here, press 2, 3, and then enter. So scanner should be used. Yeah, there it says read 5 values from console. All right. So let me do it this way. Task number 3. Do we need, guys, a scanner for this task? Scanner should be there. Scanner. System.in. All right. Next. Next thing. Do we need to declare an array?
Yes.
Yes. Int numbers. All right, next. How do we need to assign these values? Do we need to assign these values using these curly braces or somewhere else?
No, we will take it from user input.
We'll read these values from console. They should be read from console. So it means we should just we should declare an array that can store 5 int elements, but we didn't say here to declare an array that stores 5 int elements and then like 1, 2, we don't have it here. So that's why new int 5. Next. What's next, guys? Okay, int. Why do we need this int? Int. All right.
Int numbers come out next time, right?
Next thing. Int number,
Int number. Okay, equals.
kind of next thing.
Okay.
Then we use for loop.
Okay. Then we use a for loop.
Zero.
All right.
Zero.
So did you run this? Did you, those who say you need to create this int number scanner next int, did you run your code
Something wrong.
with, yeah, it's wrong. So that's why we don't need it. It's wrong. All right. How can I, guys, create a code that displays me enter number for index 0, then enter number for index 1, and so on till 4? The for loop, it should start from 0 till
I less than
I was the
numbers with the links.
numbers dot length, okay, and I plus plus. All right.
So
What will happen, guys, if we do this? So numbers I equals 1. What does this code?
I equals 1. Zero, 1.
So it means that all elements is equals 1, right?
It assigns to each element value 1, right?
1, 1, 1.
Yeah, so we can check it. Numbers. It assigns to each element value 1. What if I make it 5? It assigns to each element value 5. It's 555. Now this number is hard-coded. Is there a way to take this number to read it from console?
Number. Next thing.
We can do here scanner.nextInt. So values will be read from console. So now it's waiting for our input. 3, 4, 5, 12, 99. If I press enter, what will it display?
99. No.
It displays these numbers. 3, 4, 5, 12, 99. But it's not finished. We didn't complete it yet. What do we miss here?
We need to enter number of index.
Enter number for index. If I write here enter number for index, will it display us exactly like this? Enter number for index. I'd like to see this 0 here, guys. I'd like to see the index of element I'm assigning value 23. I'd like to see this 0. So ZJ, what could be?
Length? No?
No. What could be changed here, guys?
Plus I.
Plus.
There should be. All right, let's try here 1. Enter number for index 1. Is it true that right now we are entering a value for element at index 1? Is it true? Is it true?
We should write I, enter a number for index.
In this first iteration, we enter number for index 0, for element at index 0.
Yeah.
But if we replace it by 0, then it keeps it keeps printing us 0, 0, 0.
So,
So
instead
that's
of
why
0,
I should be there, right? Number for index 0, 23, for index 1, 3, for index 2, 19, for index 3, 2, and for index 4, it is 5. So now we have 23, 3, 19 to 5. And it's perfect, guys. All right. Looking at this code, guys, do you think we can easily make it this way so that it assigns to this 5 elements 5 random numbers? How do you think? Is it easily implementable?
Correctly. Wait.
The 85% of the structure is done already. All you need is to remove this, to change it to random and create here random. All right, this will be like in your home assignments. Let me do this. Let's make a summary, guys, for today. Let's make a summary. Let's, guys, categorize. Let's write here some concepts about an array and things that we learn. Let's first write, guys, 3 important facts about an array. It could be what's an array. Fact number 1, what is an array?
collection of data type
Collection of
Elements.
elements, right? Not of element, of elements, multiple elements. Of elements.
It stores same data type.
with same.
With same
right?
data type.
Yep. Array, collection of elements. All elements have the same data type. Can we create an array of string objects? Can we create? All right. Fact number 3.
The exact number of
How do we say it in other words?
we can store. Yeah, multiple, but
All right. Fact number 3, Tim. What's the fact number 3 about an array? Ailita, are you with us? I need a third fact about an array. So we already have 2 facts. Array is a collection of elements. Probably 2 more facts. Array structure? What do you mean by array structure? All right, can you elaborate? Fact number 3, Tim. Are you sure that it is flexible?
Oh,
Yeah?
it's not flexible.
It is not flexible. Yes. Array length is fixed. All right, array length is fixed. Take number 4.
The length can be changed.
Fixed already says it.
Can be changed.
Arrays are stored in one variable.
Okay, arrays, yeah. It's the
Okay.
same as if we say it's a collection of elements. What did you say?
Array index starts from 0.
Yeah, array elements have indexes that begin from 0 to length -1. All right. Next, we had, guys, multiple examples. We had multiple examples of array. We manipulated the array. What did we learn, guys? What manipulations did we learn?
We can change the array index is
We learned multiple concepts.
It's like a reverse. You mean like reverse array, like this one?
Yeah, we learned how to reverse an array,
Condition.
The element.
We used conditions.
summing array elements. Okay.
Modify.
Array modification. Okay. Traverse an array. What does it mean, traversing an array?
It's like replacing old array number to a new one.
No.
No, we can assign elements. Yeah.
Traverse an array means you have 5 elements
We can
and
change
you are
values.
running
Yes.
through these elements. It doesn't mean change, assign. It means just you are running through these elements.
Yeah.
Traversing means this, like if you display them, you are running through these elements, like you are accessing them. It's this is how we call the process when you use a for loop and an array, traversing or iterating over. All right, traverse an array, array declaration, array accessing array elements. Yep, accessing array elements and
Using if conditions.
yeah. With array and loop. All right. Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow we're gonna have a quiz in the beginning of the class. We're gonna have a quiz, guys, in the beginning of the class. And in that quiz, there will be multiple topics regarding conditional statements, loops, and probably basic array questions. So it's gonna be a quiz, maybe 20 questions, maybe 30, maybe 2 quizzes, but for tomorrow, you can expect there will be a quiz.
Like last time, right? The questions, like
Yeah.
multiple choice.
Yeah, like last time, but in this the next one will not be anonymous quiz. Last time it was anonymous. We were not able to see your results. Like somebody got 80, but we didn't know who was it. So tomorrow, everything will be open.
So what what the chapter to cover is the loops,
In the quiz,
loop,
loops, conditionals,
if else condition.
yeah.
Model,
probably basic array questions.
this,
Yeah,
so 3.
maybe 2 quizzes, maybe 3. I didn't figure it out yet, but you know that you can expect tomorrow to have a quiz.
What the structure is the multiple. answer.
Multiple choice questions, yeah. So there are A, B, C, D, and you choose the right option. So it's gonna be tomorrow, and the quiz, like logic. The quiz will show what did you learn so far, right? How much did you learn? All right. So online students, see you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you.
Thank you.
Yep.